Welcome back to Star Wars Escape Pod and our 16th episode of Lightspeed. Bringing you Star Wars news and headlines in under 15 minutes. We had Hasbro Pulsecon 2021 drop not that long ago, and I know there's a few of these products that we've already talked about in perhaps some other episodes, but let's kick things off with Hasbro Pulsecon. HasLab Rancor. So as you know, on a yearly basis, Hasbro always does a funded project sort of thing. I don't know. They just collect information from the general public about what they might like as far as Star Wars toys go. I know they did this with the Razor Crest. I don't know if they did a crowdfunded thing for this particular product, but it looks like from the HasLabs, this is a product in the making, and if there is enough interest, maybe it'll be a real product. But they are looking at producing a really cool 3 3/4 inch scale Rancor. So this is probably going to be to scale with your 3 3/4 inch action figures, and by the concept artworks, it looks like that is the case. It's pretty big. 3 3/4 inch action figures are, they're the smaller ones, but this Rancor is to scale with those smaller ones, so it's quite big. It's probably the size of maybe 2 6-inch action figures standing on top of each other, which is quite decent. I'm just reading about this now. Yes, it is a crowdfunded project. It'll run from October 22nd all the way to December 6th, and if it is successful, it will begin shipping spring of 2023. So that's a little ways away. It's, we're talking about over a year from now, but this is going to have to generate some interest if it's going to be a real product. So anyone who has any kind of interest in owning a 3 3/4 inch scale Rancor, jump on it, go to Hasbro.com, try and find the page that you can, help fund it or whatever, putting down your reservation for it. It's a neat idea, and would be cool to see if it ever works out. Star Wars The Black Series is also releasing a couple 6-inch minifigures with The Mandalorian and Grogu packaged up in one box, as well as a white spider. We have Cobb Vanth from the first episode of season 2, I think it was, The Mandalorian, and he's going to be showing up in 6-inch format as well, available spring 2022. We have Boba Fett from Tython in his adventure robes with the gaffy stick and the sniper rifle. That will also be available spring 2022. We have Mayfeld making an appearance in tank trooper armor on his Morak disguise, and that'll also be spring 2022. Star Wars The Black Series Leia Organa Force FX Elite Lightsaber coming fall 2022. This is the next lightsaber that will be available in the Force FX Elite Lightsaber lineup. The most recent additions would be the Ahsoka Tano lightsaber and the Darth Revan lightsaber. The Ahsoka Tano one's pretty cool. It can change colors between green, neon green, and blue. And of course, these are the closest to replica scale you can get. I know Blake and I had a chat about toy lightsabers not too long ago on the show. In fact, we went on a bit too long about it, but it was a good chat. I mean, lightsaber toys are just a big deal to Star Wars fans, and kids and everything, adults, whatever, no matter what age you are, lightsabers are just cool. And if you have a really good replica one, or even just a dueling lightsaber that makes all the right sounds and lights up and everything like that, people are just fascinated. And we wave that thing around, it hums, and it's just one of the coolest toys that you can buy. And Leia Organa's lightsaber is going to be the next one that's officially licensed from Hasbro in the Force FX Elite lineup, and it's going to be very, very neat. So anyone collecting those Force FX Elite lightsabers are going to want this one in their collection, and you can get your hands on it available fall 2022. Star Wars The Black Series 6-inch Droid Depot action toy action figures include what looks like to be a red BB-8 droid of some kind, a little pit droid, a K2SO style Imperial droid there, as well as a Separatist battle droid. And there's also a Disney Parks exclusive box for this, I believe, which is included in the Black Series lineup. This is a Galactic Creatures box, which includes some Porgs, a Kawasaki and Monkey, a Minok. It's a bunch of stuff in there, and it looks pretty neat. They also have a First Order toy action lineup as well, Disney Parks exclusive. And this is what looks like a First Order AT. Well, I forget what Walker name that is. It might be an AT-AT driver. Yes, it's a First Order AT-AT driver with an R5 astromech droid, all painted in black and red. We got a mouse droid and General Hux all included in a box set. So that'll also be a Disney Parks exclusive. Disney Parks exclusive just means that you can only buy that stuff at Disney Parks. And although I did find that Disney Parks exclusives can sometimes make their way into stores, that is, if you have a Disney store near your house, or if you go onto the website, you can usually buy it on the website. So that's 3 boxes of the 6-inch scale figures coming to Disney Parks exclusives. Once again, that is the Droid Depot toy action lineup. Babu Frick is included in that. He's so tiny, I didn't even see him there. He's Babu Frick is included in the Droid Depot toy action lineup. And then we have the Galactic Creatures, and then finally the First Order. So that's 3 boxes, all from Disney Parks, and all in the 6-inch scale. Star Wars The Vintage Collection is also releasing the Mandalorian Cantina set, the Navarro Cantina to be specific, and would include, it looks like to me it includes a Death Trooper and the IG unit, as well as Grogu and the Mandalorian in 3 3/4 inch scale, which is pretty neat. So if you like the 3 3/4 inches, that's going to be available spring 2022. We also have a 3 3/4 inch Rebel Fleet Trooper pack, which includes 3 Rebel Troopers and 1 what looks like a commander or a captain. Ahsoka Tano is also being republished in the Vintage Collection in 3 3/4 inches. And young Anakin Skywalker with a training probe, training helmet, and Padawan training lightsaber will also be available spring 2022 in the 3 3/4 inches. Mace Windu coming again to the Vintage Collection, available next year in spring, and Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi from Attack of the Clones being republished again in 3 3/4 inches coming spring 2022. The Mandalorian and Grogu 3 3/4 inches. This looks like the exact same set as the 6-inch version. It even contains the little spiders, like the white spiders in there, except this is the 3 3/4 inch scale and will also be available spring 2022. This is a Walmart exclusive. Man, that is a lot of stuff. All coming from the Hasbro Pulsecon this year that just happened October 22nd. And this is a Hasbro Pulsecon that will be long remembered. Other big news includes Hayden Christensen returning to Star Wars with the Ahsoka series. Rosario Dawson is, of course, returning as the fan favorite character Ahsoka Tano and will be starring in the Ahsoka series coming, I think it's next year or the year after. But Hayden Christensen, as we know, is going to be on the casting of the Kenobi series, returning as either Darth Vader or Anakin Skywalker in flashbacks, whatever it is, he's going to be on that show. And now we know that he will also be in the Ahsoka Tano show. Now, this is an opportunity that a lot of us Star Wars fans have been looking forward to. I mean, we thought, well, if he can be in the Kenobi show, what better way is there to have live action Anakin and Ahsoka on screen than to just move him to the next door set and get him on the Ahsoka show. I mean, this is an opportunity that cannot be missed, and I'm honestly not surprised about this. I'm excited about this, but I'm not surprised about this because this should almost just be a thing that should happen. It's almost like the sequels. When the sequels were coming out, before we had any movie out, I thought to myself, man, we've got Anakin Skywalker in the young Force Ghost format that we saw in Return of the Jedi, and we also have Mark Hamill coming back as Luke. What better way would there be a scene to have father and son talking to each other like that? And we never got it, and it's the biggest missed opportunity to this day with those movies. And I'm glad to see that the crew behind the live action Star Wars shows are not missing this. They have Anakin on set. Let's get him with Ahsoka, whether it's Force Ghost format or a flashback, or even a flashback with him as Darth Vader when he fights Ahsoka in Star Wars Rebels. I mean, there's countless opportunities for this appearance. And, whether it's a small short scene or an entire episode, I don't really know what they're going to do, but This is just absolutely unbelievable. And if it's a Force Ghost thing, that would be the pinnacle, I think, of the entire show, because we have not seen Force Ghost Anakin at all redone in any way whatsoever ever since Return of the Jedi, the DVD release, I believe it was. So yeah, we can all look forward to him showing up again. Hayden Christensen and Rosario Dawson both in the Ahsoka show, and it's going to be awesome. So keep your eyes peeled for more news on that, and of course keep tuning into our podcast for another word on what's going to be happening with that show in the future. Then again, a lot of people might be wondering right now as you're listening, what exactly is the Ahsoka show going to be about? Okay, well, this is what we know so far. Anakin Skywalker will be making an appearance in the show. Anakin / Vader, he'll be in there. The show will follow the events of Ahsoka and that storyline pretty much where we left off with her in The Mandalorian. And that story will be leading up to probably the introduction of a live-action Thrawn, which was a character that showed up in the Star Wars Rebels animated TV show, and will continue the story arc that happened in that series. Because when we meet Ahsoka in The Mandalorian, she is continued that story arc from the Star Wars Rebels show. And it'll be very interesting to see how they tie that in with Star Wars Rebels. So if you haven't seen Star Wars Rebels and you want to know what Ahsoka is going to be all about, as well as what these live action shows, Mandalorian, Book of Boba, Ahsoka, are all leading up to, you may want to just go on a binge and just finish Clone Wars, finish Star Wars Rebels, get it out of the way, and enjoy it, because this show is going to bring in a lot of ties from that series, and Ezra Bridger will likely be a character that'll show up in live action. If you have no idea who Ezra Bridger is, look him up and watch Star Wars Rebels. When and where will this show take place? Well, as we just discussed, it'll probably take place in the New Republic era with Ahsoka following the appearance in The Mandalorian. It'll likely flash back and forth between maybe what happened between the gap of that and Star Wars Rebels. And if it doesn't, then we know for sure that Anakin will be in a Force Ghost format, because Darth Vader at this point in time is no longer alive, and neither is Anakin Skywalker. So we're going to be seeing Ahsoka, Anakin, probably some other characters. I would not be surprised if they brought in Tamora Morrison as maybe a clone Captain Rex, who would likely still be alive at this point in time. And that would be super cool to see Tamora Morrison play the first ever live action clone Captain Rex ever. I mean, this is also an opportunity that cannot be understated. Tamora Morrison is the clone. He is Jango, he's Boba, he's the clone. I mean, he's got his own show going on, and Captain Rex is a character that is likely still alive at this point in time. And what better way is there to confirm that and bring him into a live action than just to, again, like Hayden Christensen, move Tamora over to the next door set and just stick him in some clone armor, call him Rex, and call it a day. And fans are going to go nuts for that. So, let's do it. Also, Ewan McGregor showing up as Kenobi in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. What's the likelihood that we're going to see him show up as a Force Ghost in the Ahsoka series? I mean, maybe the Force Ghost Council that we all kind of wanted to see, with Luke Skywalker getting counseled by all the Force Ghosts of the past, Yoda, Anakin, Obi-Wan, the ones that he sees in his vision at the very end of Return of the Jedi. We never got that again. And what if they showed up for Ahsoka in a dire moment of need or something like that? I'm really, really looking forward to seeing what they do there. Obi-Wan Kenobi could be a character that they, again, use Ewan in the next door set or wherever they're filming it, bring him over, put him in Ahsoka, I don't know, film the element on a green screen somewhere else, wherever they're filming Kenobi, and stick him in the Ahsoka show, because, again, an opportunity that should not be missed. So that's everything we know about the Ahsoka show. It's a little bit of speculation there as well. Also, check out the podcast, the full-length episodes. We recently did a What If on Quinlan Voss. So much more to look forward to. Guys, keep tuning into the show, share it with your friends, and may the Force be with you.